Hello everybody, welcome to a dumbass video that I don't know if I want to make yet. This is a new series that I thought of while I was driving to the convenience store to get money. Essentially, I've not been making very many videos because ranking videos are really easy to make, and I want to make videos that clearly have some sort of they were clear that they took longer to make. I'm just going to be doing this that way I can talk about tracks that I might not have heard yet, or that I haven't talked about yet, or try to recommend to you. So stupid. In the beginning of this video, I'll be reacting to some songs that I haven't heard yet, and I probably should have listened to by now, and sort of, have that play, give my general thoughts on it, opinions on it, just so that way, get all the juicy stuff, that you need to have a video. Reactions, yes, that's what's gonna get me the views. And then later in the video, I'll talk about tracks that I've already heard, give a quick score, I guess, on them, and yeah, that's essentially what I'm going to be doing. I'll be listening and talking about tracks that came out within the last week or two. I'm filming this on a Friday, so the week isn't over yet, but yeah, just going to be listening to tracks from this week, last week. I have a couple in mind that I want to listen to right now. I might just think of some randomly, but yeah, let's get started. Before I continue as well, if you're like, hey Dylan, why do you look so stupid holding your phone up to your mouth? Because I'm not rich and this is my microphone, duh. So you get to hear my beautiful voice like this. I'm probably gonna need to lower that in post. The first song that I'll be listening to, I'm not actually looking forward to this one. I have some low expectations for this one, is Change Your Mind by Dillon Francis featuring lovelytheband. I have a good, I like Dillon Francis like any normal person should, but lovelytheband made that one really popular song that's terrible, and that's not giving me hope for this track whatsoever. Oh man, I hate the vocals on this. Oh boy. I guess the kind of Dillon Francis that I like is the harder style of him. I really, really enjoy the most recent one. What did he just come out with? Lost Your Mind with Alice in Wonderland. But he's definitely good at making softer stuff. He has the one song with Brendon Urie that I'm completely forgetting the name of. If I'm good at editing, if I remember to put it up there. If you can tell, I'm sitting to the right a little bit, like most YouTubers, so that way I can put a box over there to show the album cover, so that way you have something to look at. Because that would be really, really bad if this was just the entire video, me sitting here in the background of my roommate's bed. I'm filming this on this Friday. Friday, because my roommate's gone. Alright, that was not good. That was not good at, I saw no really redeeming qualities from it. The production was very simple. Almost as if Dillon Francis is trying to essentially make a hit with this one. I'm assuming I'm going to be seeing a lot of it in advertisements and a lot on Dillon Francis's Twitter, with him trying to make it a hit, because people are going to see the name lovelytheband and be like, oh my god, what? They have another song? I love the other one that they made, and I'm assuming that it's going to become a hit because of that. If I had to give an opinion, if I had to give a score to the song, at least as of right now, 2. I'd say 2, because it's very boring. it's just very bland of a song. You can tell that the production is like not really like terrible. It's, you know, it's mastered and it sounds like it's from a real producer, I guess, not some sort of like 5-year-old making something, but I'll say it too. Next song I'll be talking about is All You Need to Know by Gryffin and SLANDER featuring Calle, Lehmann. I have no idea what this song is going to sound like. I don't really listen to Gryffin. I've definitely seen his name around. I don't actually know much of what he's created. There's a remix that I heard recently that's from an OG song of his that's currently on my, you know, on a possible best of 2018 playlist, but I haven't really listened to much Gryffin, so I don't really know what to expect from this. I guess future based from Zine SLANDER, but we'll see. I fully expected Calle Lehmann to be a female, so I'm a little confused by that. And this drop is boring. It drops like 20 seconds. It's over already. Oh, you can see in the waveform. You guys can't see this, but you can tell that there's going to be 3 drops, and they're all going to be that same 20. They're going to be that 20-second clip. The song doesn't excite me whatsoever or make me happy. Build up. Let's see if we're actually going to get a drop that's different or a little longer. We aren't. See, like, that would have been like a good place for the drop to actually repeat. Like, have that little 20-second clip and then just play it again. Like, that's what I was about to do. I was gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm starting to get into this. Time to continue my hype for this. And then it ends. Like, make the song a little longer. Come on now. The vocalist isn't all that exciting as well for me. It's kind of like a really emotional, but it, you know, it's kind of like a generic emotional. I don't feel any real like emotion from it. Okay, we're getting some future-based sine waves in there. Are they gonna have the galls to repeat the drop? Oh, I think we did. I think we actually repeated it. Oh, thank God. But they repeat it once and that's it. Overall, also didn't like this song. The drops should have been longer. Even if they were just repeated, I would have been fine with that. If they repeated, that'd probably make this song like 5 minutes, which is good. Well, not really 5 minutes, but like 4 minutes, 30 seconds at least. But way too much time is put into the off drop, and it's not really that exciting. I guess I'll give this a 3 out of 10. And the final track that we'll be listening to today is Friends by Flume featuring Reo Cragun. That was a weird build-up. I'm not really liking the hip-hop thing he's trying to go for. The drop just seems to be like a couple kicks, and not really that much else added to it. Reo Cragun's singing, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know, it's Cragun. It's almost like he's trying to make a radio-friendly wall fuck, with it's just like those just random hard kicks in there. I wish the build-up and drops weren't just like put in the track out of nowhere. It just seems like he actually went for like this is like the off drop, this is the build up, this is the drop. There's no like real like, there's no transition between the off drop and the build up. It's just the build up kind of happens. See, this kind of made sense. This one made sense. It's okay. It's okay. Overall, I think the track was okay. It wasn't bad by any means. I think I enjoyed all of the non-drop stuff more than the actual drop. Drop was just kind of kicks and Cragun's performance. I like his performance, but with a song like this, I feel like the production just seemed to be lacking in the drop. It just seemed to be very minimalist, and I wasn't a big fan of that. Overall, I'd give this track probably a 5, maybe a 4, probably leaning toward the 5, so like a 4.75. Now that we're done with that, I'm going to lead into some tracks that I've listened to over these past few weeks, give my thoughts on them. If I don't get to a track, it's probably just because I don't really have any thoughts on them, or I haven't listened to it yet. Hey, make sure to go in the comments and tell me what tracks to listen to. I hope nobody else in my dorm hears me making this. I guess first I'll go over the Monster Cat stuff, because I'm assuming that's what everybody kind of knows me for. First track I want to talk about is Wherever You Go by Braken. Somebody told me that it's made to be like in an awesome guys doing awesome things montage, and I fully agree with that. It's just very bland, no substance to it, and overall nothing in it is worthwhile. Probably a 1 out of 10. Next I'll be talking about JOYRYDE by Xilent. I think this is the best Uncaged track that we've had in a really long time. Not that Uncaged hasn't been bad or anything, but this song is basically god tier. Something about the drops are just amazing. I love the atmosphere in it, especially during that outro. And I'm interested to see what else this album has to offer, assuming that it's an album, because, you know, his previous album was called We Are Digital, and his hashtag is We Are Dust, and Monster Cat confirmed it when they said it's the beginning of something. I'd give this currently a 9 out of 10. Bishu, Hali to Cali EP. I found out a couple days ago that Hali met Halifax, and I thought that Hali was supposed to be some kind of positive adjective, saying like, oh my god, hell yeah to Cali. I didn't know what the Hali stood for, but I was assuming it was something good. Turns out I'm stupid. Hali to Cali is a pretty good EP. The only track I would say a dislike on it is Way Up, because it just feels very bland, as if Lil Hank made it. No hate towards Lil Hank, but it's sort of like kind of basic in production. This kind of sounds like a weaker, not really a weaker, but it kind of just sounds like in the vein of something like Lil Hank's Happy Place. Overall, I think the EP is good. The only track I would say I love is Get to Know Me, but the other 4 tracks on it I enjoy. I definitely be coming back to tracks like Control and No Fronts, but overall, besides Get to Know Me and Way Up, the 4 tracks like in the middle kind of had like these are good, or like these aren't necessarily great tracks. They're enjoyable for the most part, but there's nothing really special added to them. And I find it really funny how it's very clear that before this EP came out, it was Bishu Control featuring Aunt Julie, because every bit of advertisement that's related to this EP has it labeled as featured, and even Bishu himself has a playlist on SoundCloud with just that track that says Control featuring Aunt Julie. Overall, I give this EP a 7. Pretty good. Might lean towards a 6. But probably a 7, just because overall I have a positive opinion on this EP. Moving on to non-Monster Cat stuff, the first track I want to talk about just actually came out today. It's Morning Might Turn Things Around by Flaws and I Live Here. Flaws tends to make very acoustic chill stuff, and has this superpower of making basically anything he makes really catchy. And I Live Here, mostly known for his feature bass on Bitbird. He does delve into more ambient songs, like one of my favorite songs from For Nell, which I highly recommend if you like ambient music. I think it's a good chill track, but it's definitely Flaws' like least catchiest song. Maybe it needs to grow on me more. I might have a correction in like the next episode of this, if I do a next episode, or I might just say it on Twitter. Who knows if I continue this. But for right now, I'd give it a 7. Next track I wanted to talk about was Christ, Person, Woman, God by Jackal. I think this track is very well done. It's almost like it belongs on a like harder version of Bitbird. Sorry to bring it back up, Bitbird, but I freaking love Bitbird. It's very majestic, it's very beautiful, and the drop is really infectious. I think it gets stuck in your head, and not really something I've heard from Jackal. I don't really follow his stuff all that much, so I can't really say like This is very different from what he makes, because I don't know if he's made something like this, but I've liked a couple tracks by him. Put that up there, and I guess there again. I don't know. Overall, I'd give this track an 8 out of 10. Actually, someone to talk about was the Relent EP by Ryan Collins. I don't really get all that much into Bite This, Jaws' label, but I think I might need to, based on this EP alone. I've never really heard of Ryan Collins, but this makes me want to check him out even more. This is a 3-track house EP. And they're all really well done. If you like tech house, you'll definitely enjoy this EP, especially the title track Relent, and personally my favorite track off of the EP, Run It. They have a collab on this with Kyle Walker, who I've also never heard of, called Revolution. Probably my least favorite track on the EP, but there's nothing really against it. It's just kind of they're trying to do a mix of tech and bass house. I think it's okay. I'd give this track an 8.5 out of 10. Not really wanting to give it a 9 just because Revolution isn't on par with the other 2 tracks on the EP, but definitely give the entire EP a listen. Next, I wanted to talk about YUCK by JOYRYDE featuring Gold, which is the 2nd track off his upcoming Brave album. Comparing this to I'm Gone, this is very boring. Because I'm Gone is probably one of the best tracks of the year that I've heard so far. Easily a 10 out of 10 for me. YUCK sort of, it's a hip hop rap track. I mean, nothing really too exciting in it. I think Gold is definitely the best part of the track. The drop is kind of boring, especially compared to the performance that Gold gives. Definitely whenever I hear this track, I'm always waiting for Gold's verses. But this makes me excited for Brave nonetheless. I'd give this a 7.5. I don't know why I forgot about this track in the other section, but I definitely should talk about it. Wishes by Grant featuring McCall. If you're expecting me to praise this track, you don't. I think this track is it's really good. I really like Grant, but it's definitely not his best track by far, at least for me. I really like the 2-minute intro, probably one of the best aspects of the track. I think the drop is pretty good. It kind of sounds like a more tame Wake Up, his debut with the bow tie-less alias. I do wish the bridge between the first and second drop was longer. It's literally 20 seconds and the second drop just kind of comes out of nowhere, and it's very jarring when you listen to it. For right now, I would give it a 7.5 or an 8. Not really too exciting like everyone says it is, at least in my opinion. Finally I'm going to be talking about the big track that came out last week, which is SouthSide by DJ Snake and EPTIC. I'm not going to be shocked whatsoever when this becomes the big huge song at Ultra, like the drop became. I think it has a lot of cool things going for it. I think DJ Snake helps level out EPTIC's sort of bass heavy production. I'm not really a big fan of when EPTIC does stuff alone, because a lot of times it's very heavy, and I'm not really a big fan of how heavy he gets, because it sort of all just becomes bass. DJ Snake has been on my good side lately. His label Premier Class has had some really good releases, especially last year with Masayoshi Amori's Flow and Gammers Out With The Old featuring Sam King, and I'm interested to see what else he does this year, because it certainly didn't start off well with Taki Taki featuring people I can't remember, but that wasn't good. And that is the first episode of this. I don't know if there's going to be an episode 2. There might be, I don't really know. Tell me any songs in the comments that you want me to listen to or react to, or songs that you think I should have talked about, EP or LP. Definitely tell me any upcoming releases to look forward to next week, so that way I can either put them in my notes or just remember to talk about them next week if I continue this series. But yeah, tell me also definitely if you liked this and I should continue it. Thank you.